Dave Alexander's, Roger Lewis, and so on.
Right, the supercars get off the line. Zak Groenewald, here we go again. Oh, and there's smoke or something that just came out the back of Zak's car. I hope that it's not going to be a terminal problem. It's gone right now at this point in time. Came out the left, the rear at the top there, and it seems to have cleared itself, so could have been a bit of tire against body there, I'm not too sure. So going into turn number 2, we've only got 3 supercars out there. Zak Groenewald sits out there in P1, Andrew Moffat in second position, and Yazin Damon in P3.
Oh, and the car is off the circuit. One of the supercars are off, Frankie. Onto the Jubei straight, he'll come again, and it's the 31, it's Halleck.
Yes, I didn't think Carl Halleck would be in the race. He is in the race. He's now at the back of the field, having problems coming out of turn number 1. So he's going to have to get past all those fine cars if he can, and then try and hook up with the rest of the supercars.
Meanwhile, Robert Toscano leads through turn 3, interceptor corner from Gunther Appelgren in the E36 BMW. Derek Hulse in the MGB holds third position at this time, and then you look right behind him, it would be Mario Roux in the Lotus 7. But watch out for Arnold Lambert, the fellow Invitational driver that will be going for him as well. Invitational car driver combination. Yeah, they go down the back straight now, and we'll head into turn 5. Meanwhile, Frankie, here comes the supercars to start another lap.
And we've got a new leader. Andrew Moffat sits up there in P1. Zak Groenewald. No, that smoke is still coming out the back of the Zak Groenewald car. The 43 car, there is smoke coming out the back of it. I thought it might have cleared itself. It hasn't. And the smoke is still coming out the back of that 43. So Emil Brandt of Tiny's Pit Box will be listening to the radio here to hear what the marshals have to say, because it's not that bad as they head into turn number 2, these 3 supercars. But as he came down the main straight, there was a trail of smoke coming out the back of that 43 car. He's chasing down as they go through the King towards turn number 3 interceptor corner. He's chasing down overall and class leader Andrew Moffat as they work their way out of turn 3, followed there in third position by Yazin Damon.
Well, going into turn 2 now, Quarry Corner, Arnold Lambert has made his way past Gunther Appelgren, and as has Mario Roux as well. So Gunther Appelgren finds himself in 4th position, whilst Mario Roux's in 3rd, and Arnold Lambert goes into turn 3 now, interceptor corner in the lead of this race. He's just taken it away from the MX-5 of Robert Toscano onto the Tygerberg straight. They'll then run, and Mario Roux will do likewise, get past up into 2nd place now, meaning Robert Toscano will be the man in 3rd position.
Yeah, while you were talking about that, we were still seeing the supercars on our screen, but back to those very same supercars coming under the City of Cape Town Bridge right now. And Moffat sits up there in P1, and it's still Zak Groenewald that sits in 2nd. I don't think that smoke is going to do much. It might be slight tire rub against the body work, but I don't think that is very serious at all. Definitely no oil or been put down on the circuit, otherwise the marshals would have radioed that in. So Zak sits in that 2nd position going into turn number 2. And is going after the overall leader, which is Moffat. Moffat sits on the outside. Zak's up on his inside. Damon sits there in 3rd position. Side by side through the kink, racing down towards turn 3. Interceptor corner, and back into the lead again goes Zak Groenewald.
Well, the gaps have grown in the Bejo Trustees fine cars. Going into turn 2 now is Arnold Lambert in the Jetta. And, well, then following suit will be Mario Roux in that Lotus 7. Robert Toscano is 3rd in the Mazda, whilst the BMW of Gunther Appelgren holds 4th at this time. The MGB of Derek Hulse is in 8th position overall, but he is a 5th in class. And then we have a little bit of a gap before Natasha Tischendorf and the Toyota Conquest there of Jaco Westhuizen. It's great to see that Ravenel Conquest, lovely in black, coming through the kink and into turn 3.
So coming out of turn number 5 right now is the supercars. I'm covering the supercars, and Byron is covering the fine cars. So the supercars are heading into turn number 1 once again, and Yazin Damon is right there with Zak Groenewald and with Andrew Moffat as they work their way through turn number 1 out of Holzhoek. Now remember that the quickest lap for the supercars in race number 1 was posted on the final lap, and it was Damon as Groenewald loses the circuit. He loses the circuit. There's a lot of sand as they came out of turn 1. The sand is pumping out the back end of that Formula Supercar. sitting there in that second position now. He's lost a lot of ground to the leader. Tons of ground he's lost there to Andrew Moffat, and he's now under attack into turn 3, into interceptor corner by the number 10 supercar of Yassine Daman.
5 laps left to go, including the one they're currently on. As I say that, Natasha Tischendorf crosses the line in the Jetta, CLI Jetta, and that will be ahead of Jaco Oosthuizen. The gap between them, 4.7 seconds. Now, that is all the way down, if I do count, Mario Roux second in class, Arnold Lambert leading at the moment, Robert Toscano 6th overall, but 3rd in class, and Gunther Appelgren holding that 4th position in class. Derek Hulse, amazingly, has the fastest lap of anybody in that particular class, number 19 in 8th position, even compared to the likes of Mario Roux and Arnold Lambert. I mean, of the bottom half, he's actually faster. Arnold Lambert, he's the fastest man, a 1:33.72 at the lead of the class.
So the supercars heading into turn number 1, and Groenewald is still trying to get up to Moffat. He has closed the gap there on Moffat ever so slightly after having Daman right on his case as the 3 of them work their way up the Joubert straight into turn 2, into Quarry Corner. That's the 3 supercars working their way around as they exit turn 2. Groenewald in 2nd, Daman in 3rd, and your class and overall leader in P1 is Andrew Moffat as the supercars make their way into turn number 3 into interceptor corner. But Byron, the fine cars, they still working their way around, and these guys are giving it their all out there.
Yeah, the Type 2 Jetta of Arnold Lambert up in the lead still, number 61. Remember, him and Mario Roux are the car driver combinations that are invitationals in this race, so they actually have basically their own class. Robert Toscano of the regular fine cars is currently the leader, the 334 Mazda MX-5 that finds himself 6.5 seconds ahead of Gunther Appelgren at the moment. Gunther Appelgren in that BMW 3 Series of his is still holding on to 4th position ahead of Derek Hulse by only 0.2 of a second. So I'm actually going to check now where they are as we come now for 3 laps left to go, Frankie, the supercars coming across the line.
Yeah, they've got 3 more laps left to go. That's the 3 cars you see on screen, the people at home, the folks around the track. And whoa, and there goes Daman losing the tail end, going into turn number 1, spins it around. Well, he has to catch. If he can get himself going again, well, he'll still be in 3rd, but it'll be a distant 3rd for Daman. He does have the quickest lap, though, of a 1:26.569 by Yassine Daman. So still in 3rd, lost nothing there, but has lost tons of ground to Zak Groenewald and to Andrew Moffat. They're working their way through the kink and into interceptor corner, while Daman is busy making his way out of turn number 2 through the kink and racing towards interceptor corner. Now the 4th supercar still out there, and P4 in class, but P11 overall. That's a 31 car of Carl Halleck.
Well, I just want to look here, very close company that Mario Roux is keeping Arnold Lambert at the moment, and let me tell you one thing, that's going to be hotting up stuff. Now coming towards turn 2 now, they're going to make their way past the Roger Lewis MGA is coming by.
Sorry, Byron, to interrupt you. The change of surface flag is out because of that supercar that went off in turn 1. So there's sand and dirt on the track in turn 1. So the drivers will have to be very careful and cautious due to the sand being on the circuit.
But we have now 3 laps left to go, including the one we are currently on. As I say that, it's going to be 2 laps left to go for the supercars, Frankie.
Yes, and they're heading towards turn number 1 now into Holzhoek. They would have seen that yellow flag with the red stripe. That's a change of surface flag. They will know that there's sand and dust on the circuit due to the Daman car that spun there early on. They're making their way now up the Joubert straight into turn number 2, Quarry Corner. Daman still sitting there in that 3rd position and not closing up there on the 2 leaders, namely Zak Groenewald and Andrew Moffat.
Well, here comes Arnold Lambert now, and it was 0.3 of a second between himself and Mario Roux. The last time they crossed the line, I would think it will be just a little bit more now, and I think that Arnold Lambert has probably responded to the challenge of Mario Roux. It was 0.3, as I said, yeah, they come across the line now. It is a full 1.1 seconds. We wait for Robert Toscano, 3rd in the class at the moment, but Derek Hulse has actually come up into 4th position. Gunther Appelgren finds himself now in 5th after having started on the front row in Bejo Trustees fine cars.
The supercars are working down into turn number 5, and they're going to pick up a couple of the fine car back markers as they work their way out of turn 5, out of Kaltron corner. Coming down towards us, they're going to get one of those back markers will actually be the other supercar of Halik, as Grunewald and Moffat come around to start their final lap. And 126.569 by Zak Grunewald. He is now the fastest man out there as they make their way out of turn number 1. They put a lap there on the fine car, and they're going to put a lap there on Carl Halik as well in that 31. He won't mind. He'll finish in P9, and he will still finish 4th in class.
Well, the last lap it is. The fine cars have actually yet to start their last lap there. Arnold Lambert comes down the back straight now into turn 5, Pertamina Fastron, and then run it towards the line. He will to start that last lap. It's quite a gap now between himself and Mario Roux. It's grown over the last 2 laps considerably. But yeah, they come now, and we'll be gunning it now on that last lap of the race. But Frankie, let's watch out for those supercars.
The supercars busy making their way around. They're going down the back straight, heading towards turn number 5, towards Pertamina Fastron corner. And this is the flag lap for the supercars, also the last lap of the race, as the 2 supercars work their way into turn number 5. Do we have a change of lead? We do have a change of lead. Going into turn 5, Fastron for the final time. Grunewald loses that lead to Andrew Moffat as they race under the city of Cape Town Bridge. As a matter of fact, no, we won't. He will come home in P1. I do apologize. That was the Halik car, which looks virtually exactly the same as Zak Grunewald's car. And I thought, as a matter of fact, those cars do look identical. And it seemed to me as if Moffat got past him, which was quite possible, actually. But that was not the case. Moffat finishes in 2nd, and Grunewald does win this one rather comfortably indeed. And then 3rd will go to Yassine Daman, and 4th in that class will go to Carl Halik.
Arnold Lambert comes down the back main now into Pertamina Fastron for the last time in the Bejo Trustees fine car race for today. And the Jetta, who won race 1, will clinch race 2, and was hardly challenged in the end, only a little bit there by Mario Roux. Yeah, they come now. The Jetta takes the victory ahead of the Lotus 7 of Mario Roux. Robert Toscano, the former champion, has now becoming to the line, and 334 with the Imperial Japanese flag on the bonnet. The Mazda will take 3rd in class, 6th overall in this race. Derek Hulse, that's the turn up for the books over here, because the number 19 MGB will be coming in 7th position, but 4th in the overall as far as the fine cars are concerned. And if you take the regular fine cars, he's actually going to be 2nd in class if you don't count the invitations